Hi, I'm Coach Amy White, and I'm going to take you through an amazing flow workout. And in flow, we don't stop moving. We move from pose to pose with little downtime because we're looking for that really amazing flow state where you are just in it and you're moving and you're grooving and you have lymphatic drainage and your whole body is just awake and moving. So let's get started. How I'm going to have you get started today is by turning to the side. And I want you to close your eyes all the way down and just stand in as best of a posture as you think you can do. And then what we're going to do is feel into our feet. And I want you to feel your toes, your heels, the arches of your feet. I want you to feel your ankles travel up the shins. Find your knees, micro bend the knees so they're unlocked. Travel up the thighs, the hamstrings, the inner thighs, and find your pelvis. So most of us have our tailbones sticking towards the back of the room. Can you lightly scoop your tailbone just a little bit underneath you without squeezing your butt cheeks? And do you feel how your lower belly will kick in? And if you were to think about your pelvis as a bowl, you would feel like this bowl is even. There's no soup spilling out the front or the back. And then keeping that evenness in your pelvis, travel up your lower back, create space in between each bone of your spine. Feel yourself growing taller. Come in between the shoulder blades, pull your shoulders together, and then settle them down your back and feel how your heart slides into the right space. You exhale, you can feel your ribs knitting down. Your ribs are directly over your pelvis. Arms are just dangling light by the sides. Turn your palms forward and you're going to feel your collarbone expand. Travel up the back of your neck. Chin slightly tucks. And now you are in proper alignment to take your very first deep breath all the way down to your belly, your pelvic floor. And slowly let it go. You have 2 more breaths, and I need you just to feel your body as a whole and notice what state you're in. Inhale big. Exhale out. One more deep breath in, just noticing how you feel, maybe a little buzzy, anxious. So you're going to lightly flutter your eyes open, but just keep your eyes down to the floor. And the very first thing I want you to do is just to start to shake your hands. And just let them dangle and just shake them, shake them. And then I want you to start to just bend your knees a little bit and get a little bounce going. And maybe this is as big as you go. If you're ready to take it further, I want you to lift up on your heels or on your toes and get a bigger little bounce. Just breathe. We're going to wake up our lymphatic system. We're going to get a huge flow going on inside of us. I'm going to start to take my arms out a little bit bigger. Keep breathing. I like to start shifting side to side in my feet, really getting a little bounce going on, a little jump, and we have 100 of these. So just feel free to take your arms out to the sides, move around in whatever way feels good for you. Just breathe. If you can trust yourself and close your eyes, even better. Just move around. We are shaking out the staleness. Twenty more. Good. 3, 2, 1. Stand up tall. Find your feet. Get into that same exact posture really quickly. 3 huge deep breaths and feel that body buzz. You can feel all the cells bouncing around inside of you. You can feel yourself flowing. This is exactly what we're going to do today. We are going to flow. So our next big breath in, we're going to take our arms overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, shoot our arms back, take our breath out. Inhale, big reach. Exhale. Good. We have 8 more. This is you throwing out anything you don't need right now. We're about to focus on ourselves. Obviously, protect your back. Last 3 to just get rid of it. Final 1. Good. Arms come back down to the sides. Last posture check-in. Let yourself recalibrate. Might feel a little bit dizzy. 1 more deep breath. Good. Hands to the floor. Fingertips, maybe bend your knees a little bit. And just start pedaling, letting your head hang, stretching through your back. That little exercise that we just did, if you ever need to shift yourself, like if you're angry, if you need to just get out of whatever feeling you're having in your body, do that same thing. It took us under 2 minutes, and feel that difference. Good. Last one, I want you to slowly bend your knees a little bit more. Plant your hands down. Step your leg back. Settle your knees down. Quadruped. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, round up to your cat. Inhale, roll down to the cow. 2 more. Good. Last one. Perfect. Come back to neutral. Let's pop our right toes up, cross over the body, look for it, and let's do a few cat-cows. Or tail wags, rather. Good. Put the foot down. Let's do the other side. Cross over. Good. Let's put that foot down. Let's move our knees a little bit wider. Plant your right hand in the center. Rotate all the way up towards the ceiling. Get that nice rotation. Good. Inhale the hand down to the center. Exhale left. Right arm reaches. And just rotate side to side. We're waking the spine up in every rotation and every flexion, extension, lateral. Good. Let's sink all the way back towards our heels. Let your pelvic floor relax. Rock back forward. We're really warming up here before we get into it. Exhale. Inhale back. Let the pelvic floor lengthen, relax. Exhale, press forward. Dig those fingertips into the floor. Let's do 1 more. Exhale. Good. Now tuck your toes under. Bring your knees more underneath you for that perfect quadruped. Shoulder blades deep down the back. Big deep exhale to build your first shield breath. So exhale, you're pulling up from the pelvic floor. You're feeling that low belly. Belly buttons in, your obliques hug. My shoulder blades are so deep down my back that I can feel fire in my lats. Toes press down into the floor, and you already feel more of that low belly as you exhale. And on that next one, let's exhale deep, plug in, and then lift those knees up. Inhale, travel back down. Exhale, lift, just 2 little inches. And as you lift, you feel that deeper wrap in the low belly. 2 more. Very last one. Let's go up and hold it. With your right leg, step back to plank. Really press your right toe down, engage your left quad, and then can you lift your left toes from the floor and hold this hover without changing your spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toe goes back down. Walk in on the right side. Walk back on the left. Press your toes down. Engage the left quad. Just lift the toes from the floor. Don't change your spine. 5. Keep breathing. 3, 2. Good. Toe goes down. Walk your knee back in. Glue your knees together. Glue your feet together. Rotate a little bit to the left. And just exhale into that right oblique. We're going to press down through our right hand, and we're going to open up with the left. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, rotate. Takes a lot of control. 3 more. You can feel that lack of stability in the lower body that you get to control. So by squeezing those inner thighs together. Final one. Good. Left hand finds the floor. We're going to shift our knees to the right. Lean into that left hand and take that right arm up. Inhale, pivot back down. Exhale, knees shift, hand plants, reach. When you're out, hanging out in the air, can you squeeze those inner thighs together? We always find ways to take it deeper. 2. Good, and you can really challenge your balance by looking up towards that top hand, working it all the way back down. Good, plant the knees, go right into a cat-cow to just reset. Good, let's find our neutral right in the middle. Find a good shield engagement. And then I want you to reach that right leg back behind you and put your toes right down on the floor. So making sure that your hips are even, which means kind of rotating that right hip down, engaging your right glute, and then exhale. I want you to lift your foot from the floor while you pull the belly in. Inhale, put it back down. Exhale, lift. So it's micro. Everyone wants to lift that leg too big, but then that's going to compress your lower back. Smaller the better. Feeling that counter pull in from the front of you. As much as that glute burns, make the abs show up equally. Good. Very last one. Good. Hold that leg up. What I want you to do first is rotate the left foot down. Plant that left hand, open up to the right. Now scoop and pull your glutes. Squeeze them through. Flex your right foot. Lower the foot down. Exhale, lift it up. 8. Here's 4. Fiery in those hips. 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's rotate back down. Bring the right knee back down. Send the left leg back. Toes down. Find that scoop. Find your glute. And then exhale. Lift the leg up. Pulling belly in. 8. I always try to focus more on the front of me during these movements. Otherwise, low back will compress. My leg will try to move too big. Good. 3 more. 2. Good. Very last one. Hold the lift. Kickstand that right knee out. Press down into the right hand. Lift. Up. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lower the left leg. Exhale, lift up for 8. If you take a quick little peek down at your left foot, make sure your toes are forward, not pointing up towards the ceiling. You want to feel this in the sides of the hip, not the front. As equally as my hips are burning, I'm pulling my belly in that tight. Last 2. And very last one. Good. Pivot back down. Let's go right into widening our knees and doing a little bit of a hip circle. That's going to feel incredible after all that work. Good. One more time around. And then land right in the middle. Square yourself back out. We're going to step back to our first high plank, and then we will get off your wrists pretty soon here. So fingertips grip the floor. Press your chest away from the floor. Tuck your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your quads. Exhale, wring yourself out. 2 more. Very last one, finding that edge with your breath. Good. Now take your right foot forward. Find that little lunge position. We are going to slowly work our way up to a standing position, and you can wiggle your feet to where you feel really nice and strong. We are going to reach our arms forward. We're going to exhale, lean forward like we're reaching over our tippy toes, and then pause. I need your back of your head all the way down to your tailbone to be neutral. Don't be all in your back with this. Make your belly help you. Give that little wake up to the low belly by scooping under a little, just enough to feel low belly. And then drop those arms down. Nothing in your spine moves. You're going to exhale, open your arms to a T, and then send them back behind you. Inhale to T, exhale back behind you. Make sure your left quad is squeezing. We've got 4 more, and that burn starts to really build. Can you focus on your center? Wherever we are, make it about your middle. Last one. I'm going to have you come upright with your spine. Bring your hands to heart center. Bend that back knee down. Exhale back up for 8. Now, I know your legs are feeling this, but what about the middle of you? Shoulder blades are down your back. Almost there. 2. Last one. Hold. Hinge forward, bend that front knee just a little bit. Little tiny twist. Press your hands as hard as you can together for 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop your hands back down to the floor. Wiggle your foot out wide. Let yourself stretch into that. Let your knee go a little bit wider so that you can get a little relief through that back hip and glute. And then I want you to really plant your hands strong. Left leg is strong, quad is really kicked on. Exhale, I want you to take your right foot back and hover it. Exhale, bring that right knee to right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring it in. So here's what's tricky with this. Even I want to do it. As I bring my knee in, I want to really round my back like a cat. But what's even more challenging is if I keep my spine completely stable and I try to pull that knee in without shifting it. Right foot goes back, left foot comes forward. Take a little stretch. Holy moly. Whew. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So we're going to get our foot wiggled in to where it feels strong and stable. We're going to come up to our fingertips and set up our posture here. So let's start by leaning long line from the back of the head to the tailbone. Find that low belly. Engage right quad. Shift those arms out to a T. Big deep exhale. Pull it back. Inhale. Exhale. And again, while my left leg is completely burning out, I'm focused on the middle of me contracting. Last 2. Final one, send it back. Hands come to heart center. We shift upright, and then we bend that back knee, and we exhale, take it up and down. Nice little dynamic lunge for 8. And the whole while we're doing this lunge, we're not getting into our back. We're keeping our pelvis right underneath our ribs. Alignment with everything. Last 2. Final 1. Good. Up, hinge forward, shift forward, little rotation. Press those hands together for 5, 4. Feel that twist through your middle. 3, 2. Last one. Hands find the floor. Let that left knee have a sec. Let it drift, wiggle around to whatever feels good for you. And then we are gonna plant our hands down nice and strong, really set up that back foot, right quad, and then we're gonna exhale, kick back, hover. Pause and set up your alignment all the way from head to heel. Exhale, bring that left knee in, trying to not round the back, trying to not shift through the spine. Three more. Very last one. Kick it back, step down, knees down, child's pose. Nice job. 3 breaths to let all of that tension unwind. Just let your body melt. Very last breath. Good. We're going to take it all the way down to our bellies and really work through our backs for a second. So thinking about your alignment. Oh, let's start out with a field goal arms, forehead down, legs down. Take a big breath in and exhale, pull your belly up and in, drive your pubic bone down into the mat, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Lift your head up so it's in alignment. You almost have a little double chin type of feeling. Float the legs just enough and then focus back in on that pubic bone and belly. When you're ready, lift those arms off the floor. And as you exhale, we're gonna reach our arms overhead as we exhale deeper, pull our bellies up and in. I don't even go very far. Inhale, pull your arms back, shoulder blades deep. Exhale, slide out, belly in. You don't have to be a hero here. Your arms don't have to go all the way out straight. Think about what's happening at the middle of you, because when these arms go out, that lever gets heavy. Pull belly in as you slide out. Last 2. Last one. Pull your shoulders back, elbows back, clean up your form, start to flutter kick your legs for 8. And we're talking small. 5, 3, 2. Very last one. Plant your hands down, tuck your toes under, connect your knees to the floor. Exhale, press all the way back up. Inhale, take it down on the knees, feet stay down. Exhale, press away. Inhale down, exhale up. Making sure our core is really nice and stable and our elbows are not flaring out wide to the sides. They're creating a little bit of a V back behind us. Last 2. Very last one. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and lay all the way down on our backs. I know we are feeling this. Lay all the way back. Get down there. Whoo, take a second. Rock those knees. Feel that heart pulsing in your chest. It's an amazing flowy feeling. Okay, so from here, what I want you to do is build your shield, pull the pelvic floor up and in, knit your hips, belly tight, obliques in, ribs down. Float those legs up to tabletop. Just exhale, breathe. Flex your feet. Exhale. So the first movement we're going to do is as we exhale, we're not even going to change the shape of our legs, but we're just going to drift that shape 1 inch further away from us as our belly deepens. This is prep. Exhale, reach away from the hips. Belly deepens. Find that shake right away. This is you kind of feeling out what your limits are today. And major to note that as you slide your legs out, you're not jamming your back into the floor, but rather this low belly showing up more to protect your back. Last one. So this tells us that as we kick our legs up towards the ceiling, we lock out, we squeeze our inner thighs together. As we let our legs drift down, that's the same feeling. We're not gonna go past it. So inhale it back up. Exhale, drift down. And a lot of times people get clicking in the hips with the leg lower. So feel free if you need to rotate just a little bit to get a bit more relief, you can do that. And this movement actually works your pelvic floor the most out of any exercise because there's such a deepening of the low belly. The last thing you want to see is your belly pointing up towards the ceiling as you do this. Good. Now drop back down to the tabletop. Plant your feet back down on the floor. Press up to your hip bridge. Scoop under. We're going to come all the way down, tap our butt to the mat. Exhale, press back up. And this should feel kind of good. However, you can feel the fatigue in your glutes from all the standing work. But you should feel really nice and stable for this right now. Just 2 more. Now we're going to combine these 2 movements. We're going to come down nice and slow. Exhale, build your shield. Take your legs up, lower them down, bring them back in, bend the knees, press up. Good. Inhale down, exhale up, inhale down and up. Good. Just breathe. So we're moving a little bit quicker. We're combining 2 movements, but as always, keeping it in control. We're just flowing. 2 more. Very last one, making this final rep the cleanest. Good. Lower those feet to the floor. Reach those arms straight up towards the ceiling. I'm going to have you keep your feet down as you exhale. Tuck your chin to your chest. Begin to roll up into flexion. Inhale, take it all the way back down. 2 more times, just really seeing what you can do with your breath, how deep you can take the exhale, finding a shake. Very last one here. Let's hold. Let's flip our palms. We're going to keep our arms completely still, but we are going to pulse our breath and we are going to press our feet down. So exhale, press your feet, feel your hamstrings kick on, and inhale, roll back down, release the grip of the feet. Exhale, start to dig those heels, roll up, find your spot, and pulse the breath for 10. Inhale back down. We have 3 more sets. Good. And you keep going. You have 2. When you get up there and you start pulsing, just look at the belly and see it deepen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Final last one. All the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Here you go. Final set. Dig the heels. Good. Lay all the way back. Rock the head right to left for a second. Let the knees sway. We have 1 final round. Here we go. Come back to center. Find your alignment. Find your shield. Exhale, lift your right leg up to tabletop. Exhale, press all the way up to single leg hip bridge and extend that right leg out. So maybe you stay here and this is where you are and you're working on cleaning up the form. What I want you to do if you're ready to take it further is bend this right knee, thread that right tippy toe underneath your left hamstring. Could you almost reach for it with your left hand and then exhale, rotate back up. We have 8 of these. So if that is way too much for you and you don't want to hold the bridge, but you want a little bit more, what you also can do is you could just dip that right hip and pull it back up. So what's tricky here is staying out of your back. You don't want to jam into your back with these. So make it a little bit smaller. Give that little scoop of the tailbone. Let's do 2 more. What's the middle of you doing as you exhale? Wrap tight. Good. Plant the right foot down. Kick left leg up. Good. Let's all just start with one of those little left hip dips and then reaching up. And if that feels really good for you, you can go ahead and take it underneath, threading underneath the hamstring, kicking back up, digging into the abs. Takes active work to stay out of your back with this one. 2. Very last one. And lower the foot down. Peel all the way back down. Rock those knees side to side. So what we're going to do is widen our feet on our mat. Take a huge deep breath. And as we exhale, let's let both of our knees drift off to the left. We're going to look to the right. And for me, it feels really good to reach my right arm up overhead. Take a huge deep breath and then exhale. Just let your body fall into that mat. Let go of all the tension that you're holding. And feel how your breath, the inhale, stretches you from the inside out. And because you're in this rotation, you're able to feel different spaces, different edges of the inside of you. One more breath. We're going to protect our lower backs by exhaling nice and deep and then rotating our knees to the other side. Knees go right, head goes left, arm up if that feels good for you. Take a big, huge, deep breath and then just let go. One more breath. Use your exhale to pull those knees back to center. Straighten your head back out. Take your arms back down. Walk your heels pretty close to your butt. Right foot crosses over in front of the left knee and then reach through the left thigh and pull in. And feel all that work we did in that right glute, right back of the hip. I love to rock side to side in this figure 4. Good. One more breath. Good. Now, option to take that leg straight up. Can you walk your hands up to your calf? Can you reach your tippy toes and get into that left hamstring? Good. Let's switch by unwinding our feet, crossing our left ankle over, reaching through, grabbing the back of the thigh, and then resting. Really important to let the body unwind as you stretch so that you don't rob the stretch with tension elsewhere. The rocking feels good because you get different edges of the stretch, but also rocking is a cue for your body to relax and kind of downshift. One last one. And then you exhale, kick that right leg up. Maybe you grab the toe or the calf, wherever. Tension wants to creep up in my jaw here, so I have to actively keep it relaxed. And then our final stretch is going to be a happy baby. So we'll unwind our legs, open our knees wide. If you can grab that big toe and then use your elbows to kind of take the knees wide. Just let your legs go where they want. You have all these trigger points in the hips, the low back. Make sure that your pelvic floor is relaxed. You're stretching all those muscles in between your sit bones. Feel that expansion as you take a huge deep breath into your belly. My body wants me to really kick out through those legs and get those inner thighs. So you can do that one at a time, or you can do both. I'm going to do one last big kick through both my legs. And when I'm here, there's tension in my shoulders. So I'm going to actively relax my arms and let them be weights for my legs. Good. One last breath. I'm going to gently bring my heels back in, drop my feet to the floor. Settle into whatever position with your legs that feels good for you. Turn my palms up. Huge deep breath in, filling with as much air as possible. And then as you exhale, just completely let it go. Let your body fall into that mat. Just continue with normal breathing as you let your head relax. All the face muscles, the jaw, neck and shoulders. Ribs expand, belly expands. Everything gets heavy as it falls. Legs feel light. Tippy toes, fingertips soft. And while we're here resting, just a huge deep gratitude for flowing, just moving, flowing from one position to the next. So grateful that our bodies can move in this way. And bringing that flow state energy to whatever it is that you do today. One last huge deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. And then just slowly bring small little movements back into your body. Hugging your knees in tight, waking the body back up. Whew. Opening your eyes. All done.